All right, my ladies, it is good to talk to you. I am doing something brand new that I've never done before. I am actually recording this from Turks and Caicos on my phone. I've never done this, so the audio, the quality might be different than it normally is. I am just talking into my phone, and I know that you can probably hear the air conditioning in the background, but there's only so much I can do, and the quality was better if I just left my ear pods out and just recorded on my phone itself, probably because I don't have real AirPods. I just have some kind of, wireless headphone that I don't know what it is, some kind of off-brand. And I am so excited to talk to you today. The reason that I figured out how to download an app and record a podcast for you completely remote when I am not at home is because I wanted to talk to you guys about the retreat. And it has just been on my mind because I am here on my own girls trip retreat in Turks and Caicos. I got here a couple of days ago. It's Tuesday. I got here on Sunday. I got here on Friday. What am I even saying? See, the days all mixed together when you're having fun and relaxing. And I have been on this trip for a couple of days, and I have just really allowed myself to enjoy it and relax. And I was talking to my husband about this morning, and I said, I don't even have anything I feel like I need to relax from, and yet I feel so relaxed. And I have so many thoughts I want to share with you, and it's just brought into my mind why I'm even doing this retreat. So for those of you who have thought about coming on the retreat, I want to talk to you about what the purpose is, why I do it, and the details a little bit of what you can expect, kind of the theme this year, so you can decide if you want to come because it's not too late. I still have 4 spots left, and if it's not for you, then that's totally fine. But I know that there could be a couple of you that have thought about it, that are interested, that want to come, and so I want to talk to you. For those of you who want to come and just haven't pulled the trigger yet. And what I've been thinking about while I've been here with my sisters is just how beneficial it is to have an emotional reset. And that's really what this retreat is going to be. So when we are in our day-to-day, when we are constantly in the hustle and bustle and the routines, our brain doesn't really get a chance to settle and relax, especially emotionally. We get in our habits, we get in our routines of trying to avoid our emotion. We shove down the things that we're not wanting to look at, and we're just trying to get through the day. And most of the time that works really well for us, except that eventually what can happen is we start to feel burnt out. We start to feel like we don't have anything more to give. And if that is what you feel like, then I want to offer that this retreat could be exactly what you're looking for. Not only do you get to come do coaching and really uplift yourself, but if nothing else, you get an emotional reset. And that's what I've really been doing the last couple of days while I've been here. I have been looking at what my beliefs are, what my thoughts are, and intentionally letting some of them go and choosing new ones, picking new ones up, and doing it in a way that is in complete love and acceptance of where I was, but also in complete belief of what could be. And that's also the focus of the retreat. So number one, if you're looking for a reset, if you would like a pause on your regular life, if you would like a break from whatever it is that you're going through, then this could be exactly what you're looking for, because we're going to go to the beach for 3 days. You're going to come on a Thursday. You have until Sunday, and you have nothing else to worry about except for you. No husband, no kids, no schedule. I am bringing my sister along to take care of you so that you don't have to worry about anything. If there's anything you need, she's going to get it for you. This is your chance to feel pampered and to feel taken care of. This is where you only have to worry about yourself so that you can relax your emotional baseline, so that you can come back to a reset. And not only a reset, but a reset that's intentional. Okay, so this is the second thing I want to offer, is that the focus of this retreat, yes, it's going to be coaching. My other sister that's here, she was asking me, she's like, is this, that retreat? She's like, you're doing that thing in a couple weeks, right? And I said, yes, I'm doing my retreat. And she's like, so is it the same as last year? And I said, yes and no. Yes, in that it's the same length of time. It's a different set of women. Some are the same. We have some that are coming back, and I'm so excited. We have some new people that are coming, and that's just as exciting as well. And I said, so some of it is the same in that we are going to be spending 3 days coaching. What's going to be the same is that the first night that you get there on Thursday, one of the things that I love is I hand out kind of a self-reflection worksheet, just your opportunity to kind of gauge where you are and what you're hoping to get out of it. What are your intentions for the next 3 days? And then I'm going to lead all of these women through a guided meditation. Now, if that sounds very woo to you and that seems like totally crazy, it's actually the coolest thing ever. It's one of the things that those who came last year are most excited about. And it was one of the things that they loved the most last year. Everybody across the board loved the guided meditation. And we're going to do a very similar one. And what that really enables you to do is connect not only with who you are now, but who you want to become. And that is the whole focus of this retreat. I've talked about it a million times, but what I'm talking about, what I'm focusing on is reinvention. And it's deciding on purpose who you're going to be from here on out. And this is something that's just been coming up for me so much over the last year. With everything that's come up with for me and my husband, I have discovered and uncovered so many subconscious beliefs about myself that have been running everything in the background. And it wasn't until I really settled and allowed myself to become aware of them that I was able to change them. As always, that's always the first step, is awareness. And yet we get so in our day-to-day, we get so used to the way that our brain operates that we don't even recognize that it's optional to choose something different. So for example, maybe you're operating under a belief that you're not good enough. Did you know that it's even possible to change that? Did you even know that you were thinking it? I mean, that was something I ran into years ago. And I talk about this in my book, but I ran into that belief that I'm not enough. And I had no idea I even thought that, which I will help, for those of you who come to the retreat, I'm going to help you uncover some of those beliefs that you don't even know that you have, or you might be aware of some of them already, right? You might be aware that you don't love your body, or that you hate your job, or that you think that you're shy, or that you're not self-confident, or maybe even if you go into, I wish I were different. I wish I was more confident. I wish I felt more secure in who I was. I wish I felt more secure in my body. I wish I knew that I was enough and I felt it and didn't just know it intellectually. Any of those beliefs that we have that are running in the background can really, they 100% shape the reality that we have, which is why we can feel so drained, because we're trying to outrun or outdo what we feel. And I want to teach you how to do it in reverse, because that's the only way it's going to work. So at the retreat, what this guided meditation is really about is giving you a glimpse of who you want to become, that more confident version of yourself, the version of yourself that believes that you can trust your husband, that version of yourself who shows up even when she's scared, the version of yourself who doesn't shut down when you get too much emotion comes up, the version of yourself who knows they can handle things, that whoever it is, that version of you that you want to be, that is who I want you to get a glimpse of. And that's what I'm going to take you through on Thursday. And then I'm going to teach you how to do that. There's a whole bunch of concepts I've been kind of teaching you guys a little bit here on the podcast over the last couple of weeks, with self-victimization and believing harder and all of these concepts that I'm going to teach at the retreat in much more detail of how to actually start moving forward. So I am going to get into the details of how to actually make this shift, how to take all those concepts and these tools and how to actually change what you believe about yourself so that you can not just see the possible future self that you could be, but actually become her. And so we're going to do all of that on Thursday, and I'm going to teach these tools, and Friday and Saturday are just going to be spent coaching. We're going to apply all of these tools, all of these concepts. And my focus when we do this on those 2 days, we do them in big sections. So on Friday, we'll have a coaching session from 9 to noon. We'll take a 2-hour break for lunch, and then we'll do another 3-hour session of coaching. And then we have the evening off. Probably going to go out to dinner together Friday night. That is per request from those who are returning. We did that last year and it was so fun. We're going to do it again. And then Saturday we do the same thing. We get up. I think I might have a meditation session on the beach before we have our coaching sessions for that day. So we have a 3-hour 9 to noon, again, a 2-hour break for lunch on Saturday, another 3-hour coaching session, a break for dinner, and then we just kind of do a wrap up on Saturday night. And this was everybody's favorite last year, was the wrap-up session. We just went around and everybody who wanted to shared what they liked the most, what they experienced, the things they learned that were most transformative for them, everything that they liked, and what they shared that with each other. And it was just so beautiful to see everybody's progress in just 3 days. So that's what we're going to be doing. So again, the layout is the same as last year. So if you came last year, the layout is the same. However, the content is a little bit different. Last year, I taught a concept, which there's a podcast episode on called Transformational versus Transactional. And that is the concept that I taught at the retreat. And so that was kind of the theme. That was the concept that I taught. And this year, I have different tools that I'm going to be teaching. However, it's all in relation to what everyone's coming with. So I have no agenda yes, I am going to be teaching these specific tools that I want to teach and keep those in mind. But every woman that's there gets one-on-one time with me at the retreat. And I coach her one-on-one through whatever it is that came up for her. There's a reason that each one of these women, there's 10 women that have signed up so far. And there's a reason that each one of them signed up, and they're probably going to be extremely different. There's a whole range of clients and not clients, and no, you don't have to be a client to come. And they all have signed up for different reasons. I know a lot of their stories. Some of them don't even have a husband that struggles with pornography, and they just want the emotional reset and the coaching and the help and the community in which to do it. And that's another thing that I wanted to mention. It's a beautiful thing to be here in Turks and Caicos, but what is even more amazing is the women that I'm here with. I'm with my mom and my sisters and my niece and my sister-in-law, and I'm able to completely relax. And that's something that I want to offer for those of you that are nervous. If you want to come, but you're like, I don't know anybody, that would be weird. What I want to offer is that you come anyway. What was so beautiful, and my sister Christy, if you guys have listened to that bonus episode that I did with her, she talked about what it was like coming to the retreat, what she thought as an outsider. She's not a client, what she thought, how she saw it. And it really was so powerful to see all of these women. Not all of them were clients. Most of them didn't know each other ahead of time. And they came, and immediately there is welcoming. Immediately there is something so beautiful and powerful and calm and connecting about all of these women together, because they know exactly what you're going through. Even if they don't know your circumstance specifically, it's a very welcoming and healing environment. These are women who get it. These are women who not only understand where you are, they also understand where you're trying to go. And that is something that is really powerful, because when you're the type of person who listens to a self-help podcast, when you're the type of person who listens to a mindset podcast, there probably aren't a whole lot of friends that you can talk to that really understand what it is that you're saying. I mean, I get comments daily on Instagram telling me how terrible I am for telling women, how I'm basically telling them it's all their fault. How dare I say these things? How dare I, tell women that it's possible for them to move forward, because I'm basically suggesting that what they went through is invalid and all of these things. And that's sometimes what we can feel like when those around us aren't in the same frame of mind, aren't in the same mindset of taking control and moving forward. It's much easier, like I did this week on the podcast, self-victimization. It's much easier to stay in self-victimization, because when you stay there, you don't have to acknowledge the things that you can change but aren't. And what I want to offer is that most people think when you acknowledge the things that you can change but you aren't changing, that's a really hard place to sit. And I want to offer that it's the complete opposite. And that's what I see with all of these women coming together. All of these women are just like you in that they've gone through something that's very, very difficult, but they refuse to let it be the thing that defines them for the rest of their life. And that is a powerful room to put yourself in, ladies. That is the room where it happens. That is the room where growth happens, where healing happens. And if that's what you want, if you're craving that, if you feel like that's what your soul needs, then I want to invite you to come. You can get all of the details by going to my website, jolenewin.com/retreat. We're going October 19th. We're going to Ocean Isle, North Carolina. All of the details are on there, where you can fly in. It has a link to the Airbnb that we're staying at. It's gorgeous, this private beach house with this beautiful private heated pool and access right onto the beach. And if you want calm and peace and you want to feel connected to these women and you are ready for this emotional reset and ready to reinvent yourself into the next version, then I want to invite you to come. I have 4 spots left. This is exactly when last year it sold out. This is exactly when it filled up. And that blows my mind a little bit because I'm not a total planner. I'm a pretty good planner. And so I would have thought of this months ago. I would have had it all figured out. I would have booked my flights. I would have had it. And so it blows my mind a little bit. And yet I even remembered, so on this trip that I'm on right now to Turks and Caicos, my oldest sister, up until 2 weeks ago, was not coming. She had too much to do. She's got 3 kids at home. They all need to be driven to school. Her husband works. No one else can drive. If she's not there, she's got to arrange all the things. They even have to miss some activities. It was just going to be too much of a hassle for her to come. And so she decided that she wasn't going to until 2 weeks ago. And she found out how many of us were coming. And she said, that's something I don't want to miss. And so she decided to come, and her flight was more expensive, and she decided to come anyway. And so for those of you out there who want to come and are saying, you know what, I'm ready, I don't want to miss this, it's not too late. It is still time for you to join. So go to my website, sign up today, and I promise everything will work out. You can go on my website, again, jolenewin.com/retreat. You'll be able to find all the details. There's some testimonials from those who came last year, and you'll be able to join us on the beach in North Carolina in just a few weeks, and that'll be just the start of going forward. I can't wait to see you there.